Dixon. Good morning, everybody. I'll be brief. My name is Roger Sorkin. I am probably the person in this room that is most unlike all of you with regards to our careers. My background is in journalism and film. I've since started a nonprofit called the American Resilience Project, and what our mission is to harness the power of storytelling to influence policy and behavior and investment in the environmental resilience, adaptation, and mitigation space. And I have to say that, yes, when I hear the term data standards, as a layperson compared to you all, it doesn't get me excited. But when I talk to Dixon about it, I got really excited. And since I've been corresponding with Dixon about this, I have gotten increasingly excited. And I've come out here for the Climate Summit as well. We actually premiered our latest film, which is the first film in a new series, yesterday as part of the summit in conjunction with the San Francisco Green Film Festival. That film is called Current Revolution. It's the first in the series, so the series itself is going to be called Current Revolution. The one that premiered yesterday was the first episode. We have a lot of episodes in mind. It seems unusual to me when I think about this and take a step back that data standards would be the next chapter in that series, but I think it may well be. And it's very fortuitous that the day after the world premiere of that film, we're here shooting for the next one. It doesn't always work that way. A lot of the time you have to take a breath and look around for funding and get people on board, but we got the ball rolling on this some time ago. And so I guess my request to all of you, as you talk about this, think about your work in human terms. I know you're all very specialized, you have a lot of expertise in this field, but we're going for a general public audience, policymakers, and when I say those two together, shorthand for that is sort of 8th grade comprehension level, not because our policymakers can't understand it, but because they have so many issues to digest on a regular basis, getting things into bullet point format that are easy talking points for them to understand and tell to their constituents and colleagues is really vital. So I will be following up with a number of you after today. We'll be doing some follow-up interviews, depending upon your schedules and your interest levels. But as you discuss amongst yourselves today, just when you find yourself talking in terms of acronyms and jargon, it would be helpful for our purposes if you can also give some real-world examples. And I love Al's example. I'd never thought about this. The railroad. I mean, who would have thought that we wouldn't be singing the praises of the Industrial Revolution if we didn't have standardized railway measurements back in the 1850s. So I tend to think visually like that, and I tend to think on a human level and think about how what you're doing here today can improve the quality of life for everyone here today and generations to follow, as well as create a more sustainable world in which we can all live. So I'll stop there, and just to contextualize this, I thought it would be helpful to show you the trailer for the series. Just so you can have a sense of how what you do here today might actually work its way into a documentary film. And one final word is audience. We're not just going to film festival audiences. In fact, that's probably an afterthought for us. We convene screenings, very targeted, qualitative audiences. We have Alan is actually our policy advisor, so we'll ask him, what's going on at the state level? Might come back to us and say, well, Wisconsin's doing something interesting and California is moving something along, so that will then occur to us, well, who do we know in Wisconsin that can convene the Wisconsin State House or that subcommittee to sit down 12 people with a brown bag lunch and watch a film, hear from some experts, and then get their minds around it. So that's what we're all about. This is the series teaser for Current Revolution, in which what you're doing here today will hopefully be a part of it.